Next, finding sign of the radial velocity of target. That means whether the target is approaching the radar or target is receding the radar. That means Doppler frequency shift is plus or minus. So how to find that? Sign of the Doppler frequency shift or sign of the radial velocity of the target. So this is the spectrum of the received signal when there is no relative motion of the target, no Doppler shift. That means no relative target motion. If target is stationary, this is the spectrum of the received echo signal. For example, when a target is approaching the radar, then Doppler frequency shift is plus, then frequency is high compared to unstationary target echo. Not stationary, target is not moving. For example, target is receding the radar, that means moving away from the radar, then Doppler frequency shift with minus, so the frequency of echo signal is less than that of no Doppler frequency shift. Here, this is the frequency of echo signal when there is no Doppler frequency shift. This is the frequency of echo signal when target is approaching the radar. This is the frequency of the echo signal when when target is receding the radar. This is the measurement of Doppler direction by two-phase synchronous motor. By using two-phase synchronous motor, we can find the direction of the Doppler frequency shift. This is very simple, that of previous diagram. Here two separate antennas are used for transmitting and receiving purpose. So here simple CW transmitter is used, but major part of is given to transmitting antenna, a small leakage signal which is split into two parts. One is no phase shift, that is given to mixer A. Second one is 90 degrees phase shifted, that is given to mixer B. Here the receiving signal, received echo signal is given to both mixer A and mixer B. The output of the mixer A is given to channel A, the output of mixer B is given to channel B. Here synchronous motor indicator. By using this synchronous motor indicator, you can find whether the Doppler frequency shift is plus or minus. There is some mathematical calculation is also there, I will explain that. Let the transmitted signal is given by, this is the transmitted signal. There is no phase shift. Echo signal from the moving target will be echo signal from moving target cos of omega naught. This is frequency of transmitted signal plus or minus Doppler frequency shift into T. This is any initial phase that depends on the range of the radar to the target, where E0 is amplitude of transmitted signal, K1 is constant, omega naught angular frequency of transmitted signal. So this is the transmitted signal, this is the received echo signal. Received echo signal frequency is, this is plus or minus Doppler frequency shift. There is some initial phase. Now this is given to receiver in two channels. One is direct signal, other one is 90 degrees phase difference. This is the echo signal. Omega is Doppler frequency shift. Phi is a constant phase shift which depends upon the range of the initial detection. Output of channel A. Output of channel A means there is no delay in transmitted signal, and that is mixed with echo signal. Then that produces plus or minus omega t plus phi. Similarly, the output of channel B, that is the transmitted signal is 90 degrees phase difference. So these two are given to synchronous two-phase motor. If the target is approaching, positive Doppler, the outputs from two channels are given by. That means in previous, if target is approaching, take plus sign. If target is moving away from the, if target is moving towards radar, take plus. If target is moving away from the radar, take minus. That's all. First case take plus, then next case take minus. If the target is approaching the radar, Doppler shift is plus. The outputs from two channels are this one. Next, on other hand, if target are receding the radar, that negative Doppler shift. Here this is minus. If you take that minus and cos of minus is minus, then this becomes minus. So this. Now here in negative case this is minus. If you take that minus outside, this and this becomes minus. So if we observe these two, if target is approaching the radar, then the phase of the channel B leads the phase of the channel A by 90 degrees, plus 90. So if it is leads means target is approaching the radar. Here the phase of the channel B lags the phase of the channel A, that means target is moving away from the radar. So this sign of omega t and direction of target motion may be determined according to whether the output of channel B leads or lags output of channel A. So by identifying whether channel B leads channel A or lags channel A, that determines the sign of the Doppler frequency shift and also direction of target motion. This is the technique to find whether the target is approaching the radar or target is moving away from the radar. Next, applications of CW radar. There are some applications. These are CW radar is used for the measurement of relative velocity of a moving target. That is first application. Simple CW radar is used for the measuring or finding the relative velocity of a target with respect to radar. Next, rate of climb meter for vertical takeoff aircraft. If aircraft is vertically take off, then to find the rate of climb. Next, CW radar has been suggested for the control of traffic lights. By controlling the traffic lights, regulation of toll booths, vehicle counting, we are using this CW radar. Next, for railways also we are using CW radar that can be used as a speedometer for measuring speed of the trains. It is used for measurement of velocity of missiles and baseballs. It is used to measurement of turbine blade vibrations. Measurement of speed of grinding wheels. Monitoring of vibrations in cables of suspension bridges. High power CW radar are used for the detection of aircraft and other targets. These are some simple applications of CW radar. These are some applications of CW radar. Next, what is the main drawback of this CW radar and what is major advantage of this CW radar means? First advantage is it is very simple. Construction is simple. Drawback is it is used only for measuring the relative velocity of target, but it is not useful for measuring range. That is one drawback of the simple CW radar. It is unable to measure the range.